Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another stream. This one's gonna be a short one, probably for the next 1 hour, because I've got a classical game today at 7 o'clock, and as it has become almost a ritual on this channel, before my classical game, I have to do a bit of tactical work on Lichess just to sharpen up. And so far, the last four I've done, I ended up winning the game. So like they say, if you aim broke, don't fix. So that's the plan. We're going to do some tactics for the next 45 minutes to 1 hour, sharpen up before the game. Then I'm gonna go grab some food and hopefully win another game. So yeah, this is the first one. We have it's from a game between Atleticano and Theo 20 from France, the other guy from Brazil. And what's happening there? So this queen is cutting our king off there. They have some checkmating ideas like this, and our queen is under attack. But this king's also not very good. That king is also looking compromised as well. So we've got a check there. We've got a check there. I mean, technically, can we take the bishop? Probably not, because if we take the bishop, then they check us there. We take. They check us again. Look, drop backs. Then that's checkmate. So we can't do that. So we can't take that bishop. So what can we do then? I think this check looks good. If the king goes there, obviously. King there just leads to simple mate. So check. King goes there. Now what's the finishing move? Well, because if I check again, wait, so check, king goes there. If I check again like this, the king runs. I check, the king just runs all the way down there. So check, king up. Do we have this check? That check looks interesting. That's an interesting check actually. So check there, king there. This check, if the king takes it, so what do we do if the king? Well, I'm guessing if the king takes, we can bring this rook across. Right, let's actually calculate this properly. So a check, king there, rook takes. If rook takes, then this is mate. No, not mate, because the rook comes back. Okay, that is incredibly dumb. So we can't even sack that rook anyways. Check, king there, check, king there. Where's this heading? Where is this heading? So a check. To be fair, we also have this check as well, which I sort of missed. But I'm liking that. I'm liking this idea even better than that. But this is something to keep an eye on as well. So let's actually see what that does. So if we check the king there, I mean that doesn't look very good, does it? Because I mean, if queen takes, then we can take the bishop. But then the point is not about the bishop, because we're down a piece in the first place. So I don't think the point is to win back the bishop. If that's the point, then this wouldn't be a good exercise. So this check there, king f1. Check, king there, check, king there. This is quite disheartening actually. Oh, there's no way you're saying. But what if we take this guy first? How about that? How about if we take? No, we can't take that guy. But what if we check there first? King f1. Instead of going in there just yet, what if we just take this guy? With the idea that if the rook takes it, we check there. So it's kind of like a deflection in a way. So we go to g4 with check, king f1. Then only now we take there, because if this rook takes back, well, we can check there, king comes back, then we pick up the bishop, check, and what does that actually lead? So queen to g4, king f1, rook takes, queen check, rook e1, queen takes with check. The king just comes back there. What's the evaluation of that position? Well, we could win this one as well. So in the end, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because they're gonna win this pawn back. It kind of looks like a draw, but obviously we're gonna be up a pawn there, so I'm guessing that is something to also keep an eye on upon. So queen check there. Let's get this mic out of the way. So queen check there, king f1. Well, what if we do it slightly different? What if we check that, then force the king to go there, then we take now? Does that make a difference? If we take now, rook takes back, we check again, king comes there, or the king can also go there. So queen g4, king f1, rook takes, queen check, rook blocks, we take this guy, the king moves somewhere, the king moves back to g1, and I think that is good for us. We're going to win this pawn, we're threatening mate there, and we just have a good position. Is it winning? Probably. It looks like it looks like a draw, but we have this guy matching up the board, and we also have we could make another one this way as well. So in the end we're gonna have 2 on 1 on this side and 4 against 3 on the other side. So that's what I'm going to go for, because I don't see anything else besides that. So check there, rook takes. What am I even doing? Check there, king f1, rook takes, queen check, rook back, queen takes bishop with check, king g1. We win this guy. That's what I'm going for. I don't see nothing else. Well, yeah, that is the solution. We're up to 25. What are we up to? 2600 in puzzles on Lichess. That's pretty good, actually. I'm not sure what, because there used to be a time on chess.com where everyone was like 3,100, 3,200 on chess.com puzzles. Like, I knew guys who were like, their blitz or their rapid could be around 1,100, but their puzzles on the other hand was like 3,500 or something. So I don't pay too much attention to this rating, but having said that, it's always good to have a high rating, because it shows you're putting in some work. So I don't mind that. So what's this one? This looks like an end game where this bishop is kind of offside. The bishop is being blocked in by the king. Our pawn. Hi there, man. Hi there. Eastern P90 user, welcome to the stream. Welcome. So this one happened in a game between a FIDE master and what happened there? And the chess revolver. All right, let's see what happened there. Let's see how to solve this one. So we have. Do you want to play a game? I could play a game at the end, but unfortunately not right now. I have to finish up this calculation, probably for another half an hour. Then we could have a game at the end, probably on either chess.com or Lichess. Either one is fine. But if you can pop back in say half an hour, then I don't mind. If that's fine. Because I have like a a classical game in like 1.5 hours, so I've got to be tactically sharp. Because actually, I realized ever since I did this, like, because I never used to do this. This is like this has just happened like in the last few weeks, where if I have a classical game, I just solve some like exercises on Lichess, and it's helped me a lot because um, in the games itself, I see stuff which I wouldn't have seen in the past. So I can see some use with this. Yeah, you're a blitz. Well, I do blitz as well. Like I play probably way too much blitz. So we've got this guy, we've got that guy, we've got this guy. They've got these two matching down the board. This guy is a lot more advanced, but we can't just push just yet because the king is going to come this way. Yeah, I play too much blitz. Like, I play an unhealthy amount of blitz. Yeah, king e5 doesn't look good, but I don't just want to go based on what looks good because I don't think that's the point of this is not to go based on like, oh, it looks good. The point of this is to actually like calculate a line and actually be convinced that that's the best line before I make a move because, well, king e5, to be fair, doesn't look good. So let's calculate. So king e5. I am guessing the only move for black could be king there, possibly. Then we check the king. The king could go there though. I don't quite like that. So, and our king is a bit too slow. If our king comes like this, then we're checked on there and we have to go back. There's no way to actually help this guy move up. So king e5, what could they do? King there, perhaps. What if we don't push the pawn just yet? What if we go up again? We go up again, but then the bishop could come there. We could get the bishop could, but then we could step aside. We could step aside. Man, this looks hard. So wait, king e5, king e8, king up, a check. We step aside. Say they push this guy. We check the king once again. The king runs there. We take the bishop. They push again. I'm guessing we come back. They push again. We come there. They make a queen. We check. Wait. I have completely lost my mind there. So king e5, king e8, probably king e6, bishop d7 with check. King d6, they push. We check. King there. We take the bishop. They push again. I'm trying to get this knight there, where it can. I don't know. This is not as easy as I thought it would be. Okay, let's look at something else besides king e5. What's the state of this? What if we push there? And the king just comes around. But now, now, what do we have? If we try to go up once again, we're going to get checked this way. And there's no way to actually help this guy move up the board. So, man, stuff work. So what if we go king e5 and they ignore us and they just push this? Because whenever we push, the king comes across. So if you go king e5, they can just ignore us and just push this guy. If we push, the king just comes across this way, and once again, our king doesn't quite have a way in. So let's look at other options. How about we bring the knight back like this to cut off this option? We'll bring the knight back this way to cut off this option. If they push now, we push again. Now the king doesn't have this. The king has to go. Oh, hold on a minute. Have I found the answer? It might be this, you know. Hold on. But if we go there, the king comes this way. No. I'm saying if we go this way now, the king can come this way. The king cannot move to e7, but it will if we push. No. So king f5. If you get checked this way, we come like this. They push this guy. We push, and the king just comes there. Like, I think the main issue is if we push this guy, the king comes on there, and our king doesn't really have a way to help this one move on to become a queen. That's the main issue I'm sort of having here. I'm trying to find a way to sort of like take control of this when this guy moves on. So I'm thinking if I go knight e8, knight g8, they're going to go king e8, and once again we can't push this guy. So instead of knight g8, could I do knight f5? But knight f5, the king comes there, and this guy is going to drop. Or will it? Or will it? So knight f5, if king e6, we push anyways. If the king takes it, we come there. We fork the king and the bishop. I think that looks good. Knight to f5, as Mr. Ben Feingold would say, Grandmaster Ben Feingold. Knight f5, knight f5, king e6. Because how about if they don't go e6? How about they go there instead? We check the king anyways. Okay, I'm kind of liking this. I'm kind of liking this actually. So knight f5, king g8. We check the king. The king has to block. If the king takes this guy, we fork the king and the bishop. Once the king blocks, we go king e5 now. If the bishop moves out of the way, we defend this guy, and on the next move, we're threatening to go knight g7 and knight e6 to checkmate the king. Yeah, I like it. This is what I'm going to go for. Knight f5. Let's go. We push. Let's go. Get in. Get in. Calculation monster. Let's go. Let's go. That was nice. Knight f5. What a move. Because why I didn't like that other option is if we push now, the king can always come there, and there's no way if we try to get our king there, then this one comes in, and there's no way to dislodge this one, and they're just gonna push this guy all the way. So I didn't quite like that. That's why I was thinking of to go. Wait, I was thinking of going knight g8 instead, but after king there, it's not as efficient because on the next move the king comes there, and we're either going to lose the knight or this guy. So I took that out of the way. Okay. You'll be right back. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So that's how I sort of came upon knight f5. So my idea was to go there. If the king goes there, if the king goes to e8, we push, and now and only now can we go king e5, because once the bishop moves out of the way, actually, what if the bishop moves on there? What do we actually do? I didn't actually consider this. I'm not gonna lie. What if the bishop just comes on there? What could we have done? I'm guessing we can go there. Say they push. I'm hoping we can do something like this. Like, I want to get some sort of action where we can checkmate the king on e6. How do we get this knight to e6, avoiding this bishop? I mean, we can do it like this. Say they push again, we can come like this. They push again, we take this guy. They can come there though. Man, this is hard. You see, I don't actually feel like I solved this one. I found one answer. I don't think one answer is good enough. I have to like actually analyze this. So I found the answer, which is good, but I don't think I've actually solved the exercise. So what if they push? What if they push? I'm trying to find a way where we can get this knight to one of there. Not there because the bishop controls it. Trying to find a way we can get this knight into some sort of action like this where it can checkmate the king. So let's say they do some stuff like that. So what's the fastest way to get there? I have to go from there. I can't go there. If I go there, the bishop comes there. I take. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm actually. You know what? This is where I might need the help of our good friend, the engine. Let's see what the engine says for this one. So yeah, actually, let's see. If King E8. So if King E8, let's see. Just fork the. Jesus Christ! Wake the fuck up. Yeah, just. Man, what am I doing? Okay, am I the only person? Well, I think so. But anyway, welcome, man. It's good to have you on here with me. I think my camera went off. What happened there? Oh, it's back on. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go on to the next one. Okay, this one looks a bit. Wait, what's happening there? So if we push, why can't we just? I want to just push on there. Why can't I just? Oh wait, I'm going up this way. Oh, I'm black. I'm going up this way. Well, what if I just push this one? Well, not in a hurry actually. If I push, this bishop comes there. If I go there, I feel like this guy is way too far. If my king is there, this king is there. Push, king comes, push. So wait, I want to push this guy. Why can't I push this guy? Why can't I push this guy? So I push. It goes up there probably. Then I go up. If he checks me, then I just win. It takes. King comes. I push. King there. I push again. King there. I push again, and I win. Wait, is this? I mean, that's the thing with Lichess. They give you some exercises that looks deceptively simple, but not quite. If you just rush and just use the most obvious move, you could lose. So I can't just like just play like the option that looks good. I have to actually evaluate it to see if it's actually good. So if I push now, bishop there. If I go up there, what if now they come there? If you push, they take, they come there. Then we push, they go up. We push again, and they win the pawn. Okay, that's why this move doesn't work, because if we push there, they go there. When we go up, we've wasted a move. Just got a message. Guys, just give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So that's why this move doesn't work. That's why this move doesn't work, because when we push there, they come there. We're gonna, if we waste a tempo with this move, then the king comes there, because they're gonna sack the bishop anyway. So it's best for them to just get the king into the action. So what am I even saying? Yeah, so we push, they come there, we go up, wasted a tempo, they come there, push again, they take, They take, and now our king is way too far. The king comes there, we push. They come up, they come there, we push. The king captures the pawn, and it's a draw. So that would imply to me that the best move wouldn't be to push, or the best move might be to push, but on the next move, not king up. The next move we go there, but then the bishop comes there. Yeah, but then we push again, and yeah. Or we can also do this as well. But if we do this, we've wasted a tempo once again, because once we go there, there's this action happening there, which means we can push this guy on the next move. So that's why we do this now. Bishop there, we sacrifice this guy. Sacrifice. It's not necessarily a sacrifice, but let's just say it's a sacrifice. And okay, let's see. Well, I'm gonna push this guy up. Yeah, I think this is the move. We sacrificed this guy then now we push again. Oh no, or not. Oh man, I flunked it. Yeah, king there first, because if we push now, the bishop can just block. But no, the bishop can't block. So why doesn't this move work? What's the best move? Nope. Man, this is hard. Do we have this action? Ah, oh yo. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. We flunked this one, but we're gonna be back. Let me just pop a message in the. Okay, this one was pretty good. It was a bit hard, but I have to figure out why this move doesn't work. Why doesn't that move work? Say the king come there. Why doesn't that work? Can they do some stuff? But then we can go there. But now the king comes. If we push, they take, come there. Yeah, why doesn't that work? Okay, let's consult our good friend, the engine. So we push, bishop a4, only move, b5, bishop c2. So why doesn't this move work? King f4. What does that even do? Ah, because there's no way in actually. What if we push there? Bishop d1. Push again. Take. We can't take back. How am I meant to see this? Man, that's way too hard. Let's go on to something else. So what's happening there? So this rook is offside. That's a phrase I like to use a lot. Something is offside. We've got this guy. This guy is immense. That guy is immense. He's gonna push up the board. So I'm guessing we sacrifice the rook. King takes, we push. And he doesn't have a way to stop this guy from just moving up. Or does he? So rook, sack, king takes, we push, a check. We can't go there because he can sacrifice this guy and get his rook across. So I'm guessing we have to go there instead. And because his king is in the way, his rook cannot drop back to win this guy. So I think I solved this one, but let me just double check the answer once again. So we take there, king takes, we push, rook check, king. Actually, king there also looks interesting, but I don't like to put my king where there could be potential mating ideas actually. But king there also looks good, because king there or there looks good. No, king there looks a bit suspicious because he's got this one. But then I can come there. But why would I want my king being on there? My king could have been on there instead. So this is where it gets a bit difficult. So we take. Does that make a difference? King takes. We push. Rook check. We also have this one. But then we allow the rook another check again. I don't like that. So king g1 looks to be the most precise move. Rook g1. King, I'm saying. So rook takes, king takes, we push, rook check, king g1. We make a queen. Nah, hold on. Rook takes, king takes, we push, rook f4, king g1, they push. We make a queen, they push again. Then we can come back with a check. We can come back with when we queen with a check. So we can check and then come this way and win this guy. So I kind of like, no, we can't because the rook blocks. Wait, hold on. So king takes, rook takes, king takes. We push, rook f4, king g1, king g1. They push. We queen with check. And well, yeah, we're gonna win that guy. That guy is not going anywhere. We can do some action where we check the king somehow and win this guy, and it kind of looks a bit interesting. So I like that. This rook is offside. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. So I failed the last one, but this one looks good. This one where we have a rook and this guy. This guy is a lot more advanced. And my idea was I'm going to sacrifice my rook, because if the king takes back, we push. This rook is offside. The rook is not unable to go to a4 to win this guy. So if we're checked on f4, my idea was to go king there, because if my king goes there, he can sacrifice with a check and bring his rook back this way. So king on there. If they push, we queen with a check. Then I guess in some way we can check this king somewhere and win this one. So that's my big idea. Let's see if it works. So, okay, he doesn't take just yet. Does that make a difference if we just go king there? I don't think it does. I don't want to go king there because that allows this one, and I have to go there, which allows his rook to come around. I don't really like that. I don't really like that. I'm just gonna go there. Oh shit. So not there. King there. But that allows him another one. So we push. So now what's the... So I want to see after rook f4, why can't I go on there? Because he's got this one. What if I push? Oh, that's why I'm getting mated. I'm not getting mated, am I? So king e1 was the best move. Rook e1 is best. Yeah, rook e1 did look in rook e8. You mean rook e8? No, rook e1. Man, this is annoying. I completely flunked it. So on this check, I considered this. I didn't like that because that allows him. I mean, he's got so many options. He's got this guy, and my rook is sort of. So I didn't like there. I didn't really like this because that allowed him this one. But I'm guessing that doesn't help him because I can just come around this way and I'm good. And if he comes there, I just make a queen and win the game. Man, this is annoying. Once again, I had the right idea, but the execution wasn't, execution wasn't where it should be. It's not good enough, but that's fine. That's why we wait, what the heck is this? This looks completely insane. So this one is basically out of the game. Our king is naked. That king is heavily compromised. What's happening again? They've got two rooks and a knight. We've got a rook and the bishop, but they're going to lose the queen. So the obvious natural move is just bishop takes there and we see what happens. But like I said, that isn't the point of this. The point of this is not to see what happens. The point of this is to calculate and find the best move. So if we take there, king takes, rook c8, ideas with some action on there. Looks good. Looks interesting to me. But let's not rush it. Let's not rush it. I mean, we also have this one as well. Rook there. We check. Looks interesting as well. I mean, what else do we have? What else do we have? Honestly, like, I don't even know why I'm thinking too much on this one. Like, in a game, a blitz game or a rapid game, my first move, without much thought, is just take this guy and see what happens. But let's not do that. Let's not see what happens. Having said that, what do I actually do? I don't know. I do not know what to do. Because they've got all of this as well. So it's kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. Yeah, like, take the queen. Like I said, if this was like a real game, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I wouldn't think twice about it. Just take the queen, move on with life. But I don't want to fail another exercise. So let's lock in with this one. So queen there, rook there. If we take the queen now, he's got rook takes and he's got king takes. But I don't even know if that wins. Just take the queen. Now, hold on. Let's be accurate. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the obvious move. Just take the queen. But I want to see if there's some. They say when you see a good move, look for a better move. And I think that is attributed to Lasker. I'm not sure if it's someone else. But I think Lasker once said, when you see a good move, look for a better move. So we've seen the obvious natural good move, take the queen. But I just want to see if we have something better than that besides just chop it. Yeah, I get that. So I get that if we take the queen, the king takes, rook c8 check. That's one move. So we've got an obvious good move. But we have to see if we have something better than that. If I see nothing, then we're going to go with the obvious move. Just take the queen and win. I'm not even sure does this even win. Okay, let's see. Let's just do it. Let's see it. So obviously that's like the obvious natural move. We take the queen. So now what's the continuation? This is why I don't really like moves that are natural. I mean, we do have this. If rook there, we go on there. If they take our bishop, we take this rook. So that's a move as well, which we do have. So once again, if this was a game of blitz, I just bring this one back and yeah, I'm just gonna come back. Wait, hold on. Do we have something else? Do we have something better than that? I don't see it. I'm just gonna come there. Then I'll come there. Alright. Yeah, like sometimes, like with Lichess especially, they offer you something that looks deceptively simple, and when you play the natural obvious move, it doesn't win. So that's why I just want to just double check to make sure there's something else. But yeah, you were absolutely right. You take the queen, then you go rook c8 with check. Well done. Well done. Well done. Okay, what is this one? End games. What's my elo? On chess.com, my blitz is 22 something. Like on a good day, it's 2250 ish. On a bad day, it's 2100. But right now, it's around 2200. And on Lichess, I don't play as much on Lichess. I just use Lichess for like exercises and stuff. But on Lichess, my blitz is around the same, 2150, around that. 2150. What's yours as well? What's yours on either Lichess or chess.com? So this one looks similarly obvious once again, and I have a disgust with things that looks obvious because they seldom ever win. If it looks obvious, there's probably something you've missed. Like the obvious move in my eyes is just h6, h7, h8. Like this rook isn't particularly good. The rook can't move anywhere. Technically it can move there. So let's see. If rook moves there, we play h6. So if we play h6, rook moves there, h7, the rook comes back, we push this one, rook goes there, we push this one, and we push this one, and we win. I think that's like, well, it's, I don't want to overthink. I don't really want to overthink this one, because if it looks similarly obvious, then you should just make the obvious move and just win. So I'm thinking I push there, he comes there, I push again, force the rook back, then I push this guy, rook defense, I push this guy, and I push this guy, and I push that guy. The question isn't what's the answer to the puzzle. It should be, how did you get into this position in the first place? That's a good point. That's a very good point. That's something which I'm going to take into account. So let's see what happened in the game. This was a rapid game between an 1800 and 1856. So let's see what happened. How did we get in this position? It arose from a French e4, e6, d4, d5, c5, regular stuff. Okay, this looks a bit suspicious. It's very, very suspicious. Like the bishop, you usually get his bishop out first, then you castle your king, get his knight out, then yeah, this doesn't look right. Rook c8. Yeah, this doesn't look good actually. g5. Interesting. Okay, it sort of worked out. The bishop having an average New York. Yeah, look at this bishop. Just it doesn't really have much range. It can't go anywhere. Well, let's see. Yeah, this French looks very odd. Like it looks very odd. So I'm guessing now this bishop comes on there. Well, I would have just gone there, but okay. A bit late, but oh yeah. Let me just look out of the window. King d7. Okay, this game is absolutely insane. So why isn't he just okay? If he takes on there, then you lose this guy. Makes sense. Then he loses his rook. Wait, what? So why don't he just take this rook? Man, what is this? This game makes no sense. Isn't this rook just hanging? This is a brick wall. Wow, how very beautiful. Man, this game I don't understand. Honestly, it doesn't really make. Okay, he hangs his bishop. Not quite. Well, the rook drops. So what then happened? What happened? So that's how the rook got there. Okay, okay. And here we are. That was the last move. Why didn't he just go rook there instead? You can push there though. And the rook doesn't really have much range. You can push again. Not quite. Okay, so this game was absolutely insane. let's ignore the game and focus on this exercise. Let's focus on this exercise. So my move was just h6. Wait, what was rook? e4, h6, rook there. We push again. Rook comes back. We push this guy. Rook, he defends. We push there, and once we get there, we just won the game. I don't see how we don't win. With these guys on there and the rook there, we should just win. If the king comes, we just push and win. Yeah, we're gonna get. The king can just run. So I'm just gonna go with my guts. h6. Do we care about this knight? Probably we should. Because if we push now, they can take us. If we go there, then they go around. But we can go there. But then we allow him a check there. Come up. A check again. If you ever move up, the rook comes there. So I think we have to save this knight. This knight is quite essential. We don't want to lose this knight. Probably knight there. It kind of looks good. I don't see why knight there doesn't look good. I don't know. Yeah, but ignore this guy. We can just move up there. Oh, hold on. Not quite. Because then they take us with check and come back. And if we push... I feel like with these two guys against this rook, we should win in every line. Bro thinks he's Hikaru. Bro is not him. Bro is not that guy. Bro is not him. Okay, do we want to save this knight? I think we should, but I don't see how in particular we achieve that. Knight f2 looks good. Yeah, knight f2 looks like a professional move. Don't allow no complications. Just hold everything in place, because knight f2 stops rook coming there, stop rook going there, and knight f4 allows a bit too much complications, where I think we're still winning, but it's starting to look a bit suspicious, a little bit. I don't like it anymore. Like, we're allowing this go down with the rook. So knight f2 looks like the professional move. Just keep everything in place, no complications, and hopefully win with this guy. So I'm going to go with knight f2. Exactly, yeah. Knight f2 is really good, because knight f4, he can go back and across. Technically, he can't, actually. Because knight f4, if he ever goes rook there, we can just come around this way. But then we're going to allow some actions where, I don't know. So knight f2 looks like a professional move. Knight f2. Oh, man. I hate Lichess so much. What's the answer? Knight f4? Oh, man. It's knight f4. It is knight f4. I had the feeling it was knight f4 because... Hold on. So, knight f2. Why doesn't knight f2 win? He's got king e5. If we... Oh, he's got king e5. Oh, king... And now he comes back. And the king is very active. The king is going to stop this guy. The rook is going to stop the other guy. It kind of makes sense. So why knight f4? Doesn't he have... Oh, now we can check the king. And we just push. The knight is... Oh, man. Yeah, knight f2 looked a bit too defensive. I didn't take into account the fact that he had king e5. I just missed that. I looked at something like this instead. But I can just come up. I push this guy and I make a queen. It kind of makes sense. Yeah, I liked knight f4, but hey, mistakes are there to be made. You learn from them. So knight f2 was a bit too so knight f2. Yeah, knight f2 didn't quite work, because now if we come there, at the very least, king f6 just wins, because this guy isn't going to go anywhere. So yeah, unfortunately we missed it, and that's fine. We learn from our mistakes. So I'm going to do one last one, then I'm going to have a game with you, either on Lichess or chess.com. We can play, well, one game, a couple games, one each. You play white, I play with black, and then and then I'll leave for um my game. So let's do one last one. One last one. So obvious move, rook takes. Like no questions asked whatsoever. The most obvious move in the world. But once again, see a good move, look for a better move. White has some White has some back rank issues, which means when we take this guy, this rook takes, we take back, they're unable to take the rook because we're going to check this guy, queen comes back, and it's checkmate. Or they could do that instead. But does that make a difference? Does that make a substantial difference? Am I fussed about this? Am I fussed about this? I don't think I am. I don't want to go king up because that allows this one. I'm guessing knight e7. But that doesn't look great actually. Knight e7 doesn't look great because they can, but once again they can, knight e7 they can't take because we come the other way. Now hold on. Knight e7 they can take, we take back, and they can make luft. Always make luft. But then we just up a rook. Like we should win the game. King aside as well looks good. Every move looks good. I don't know, like everything looks good, and I hate exercises where everything looks good because they piss me off. Why does everything look good? Knight e7 looks good. King c8 looks good. King c8, yeah, he looks good as well. No, it doesn't look good actually. King c8 allows him rook there. Even then, like, am I too fussed about that? Like, I can just come across this way and... Alright, so let's take... I'm sure this is an exercise because there's just one move that I win. So we have to end on a positive note. We can't end like... we can't end in a bad way. We've got to end on the right way. So let's actually take our time to find the right move. So if we go there... I want to gain a tempo in a way where I'm not sure how I'm going to achieve it. King c7 does look good. But King c7 I don't quite like. But that also looks good as well. King c7 I don't quite like. But I want to avoid the fact that when he takes me, it comes with a check on the king. Because if I can do that, then I'm going to gain a move to take his rook. Yeah. No, on knight e7, we don't lose an exchange because when they take us, we take back. We take back and they have to make luft. They have to make luft. They can't take the rook because there's mates. So we have to make, they have to make luft. But at the same time, I want to play this in the most accurate way, where I want to move my king up in such a way where when they take this rook, it doesn't come with a check, which means that gives us a move to come the other way. Well, if they go rook e1, I think we might have something like this. We sacrifice our queen, because if they take the queen, then we flick in this guy in the back. So I want to go either king d7 or king c7. So what are the options? So king c7, a queen check could land on there. A queen check could land on there. A queen check could land on there. Wait, so I want to go up first. That's like a definite. I want to go up. If the queen checks us, then we can come around like this. And if they ever attack our queen, we can take the rook. Bishop takes, and that's mate. So I'm gonna go king up there. I like that move. I like that move. But is king c7 more accurate though? I don't know. That's the issue. Now king c7 is kind of bad, isn't it? Because we're sort of getting ourselves in a bit of a... So I'm gonna go up. Oh shit. What's the answer? Ah, it's king there instead. So what's the difference? What is the difference? Rook takes with check. We take back. They make luft. Okay. Yeah, this I get. But if that's the case, then why can't we go knight there instead? Because they can play bishop f8. They can play bishop f8. They can play bishop f8. So okay, let's have one. Send your username. Okay, this wasn't good. This was not good. But send your username on either chess.com or Lichess. Just move this way. King there is the better move. We defend this guy. Okay, that wasn't good, but yeah. Anyways, send me your username so we can have a game. Then I'm going to shoot off. I'm going to shoot off. Okay, you said I have got to go. Okay, I'm gonna wait 5 more minutes. If you don't send it, then I am going to head off. Okay, I have had enough. I've had enough of this. My head kind of aches. So let us... I'm having a bit of lag as well, to be fair, which is quite annoying. Having a bit of lag. But yeah, send me your username. Okay, I am going to assume you've already left, so I'm also going to make my way. So I hope everyone who hanged out with me had a good day. Wish you all the best for the rest of your day and the rest of your week, and see you guys on the next one. Bye.